We are now going to use the different time navigation tools to find our times of interest. We are working here in a batch process, and we have just added the relevant tags: the concentration, the temperature, and the level. By default, the focus chart in the middle of the screen displays the data of the last 8 hours. And the context chart at the bottom of the screen displays the last 6 months. In our scenario, we want to analyze our total production in 2021. So all the searches and calculations we want to perform have to be applied on the whole year 2021. For this, we need to configure the context chart. The context chart displays the time frame on which TrendMiner will perform its analysis. We can choose one of the predefined durations at the bottom of the screen, for example 1 week, 1 year, or all, or we can choose a custom duration. In this case, we want the custom context period from the 1st January 2021 at midnight until the 1st of January 2022 at midnight also. So you can type manually or use the calendar options to specify the dates and the hour. So now in the context chart, you see the whole year 2021. You notice that the focus chart period has not moved. To change the time frame of the focus chart, you can use the calendar options to define a specific starting point and ending point. For example, in this case, we want to have a look at the first few days of December 2021. For this, we can, for example, select here the 3rd of December 2021 until midnight, and either use the calendar option to define a starting point or change the total duration of the window. For example, instead of having a look at 8 hours, we want to have a look at 3 days. And you press Enter to refresh the page. So now we have a look at the 3 days at the beginning of December 2021. One thing we can immediately see is, for example, this event with a high temperature. So in this batch, the maximum temperature that we reach is significantly higher than the other batches. So we want to have a look at this batch in particular. We want to zoom in here. To zoom in, there are several methods. First, you can zoom in by using the scrolling of your mouse. So fix your pointer on the center of the screen where you want to zoom and scroll up with your mouse to focus on this period. The other thing you can do is to select the time period which you want to zoom in and click on zoom. So now we can see with precision that the maximum temperature that is reached in this batch is 55.7 degrees Celsius. If we want to compare this batch now with the other batches, a bit before and a bit after, we have to zoom out. To zoom out, scroll down with your mouse to display a longer time period. Another method to zoom out is to use the panning option. For this, put your mouse on the X-axis at the bottom of your screen. Your pointer becomes an arrow, and you can now click and drag the axis to any direction to add data to the past or to the future. We have now several batches on our screen, and we can compare this middle batch with the other ones, and we can indeed see that the maximum temperature that is reached in this batch is significantly higher than the other batches. So this is how you can use time navigation to analyze your operating times of interest.